Hello? Hello, hello, hello? Oh, it's not picking up my mouth movements for some reason. Oh, and my music's also not playing. Fun, 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 fun. Hi. While I fix all of this, while I also get music playing, and then also fix my mouth not moving for some reason, let me do that. How is everyone? I got super delayed today because I simply was waiting for a food delivery and I just was delayed by like 30 minutes. I wanted to eat before streaming, or at least a little bit, but now it's gonna be like eating, drawing, and talking. I'll try not to like make too many mouth noises or whatever. Okay, my mouth's moving again, so let me get some song, a playlist. I don't want to start with that song. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, and now I have to take a bite of food. Mm. I ordered Korean food and I got like a nice meal set, like a nice bento meal set. And it's got pork, rice, and like the Korean side dishes, the banchan. I love that. It's like one of the best things to order because of the fact you just have so many options, and it's all like balanced. Like you get vegetables, kimchi, rice, and a little bit of protein. I even have a soup. It's like a spicy seafood tofu soup, and I'm so excited to eat that. But I also figured I probably will save that for later. Hello, Ripco. Hi. I figured like mouth slurping like noises from soup is maybe not the move. So I'm just eating the pork and rice right now. I will draw soon, but I just wanted to eat a bit because of how delayed the dinner was. Okay. I also spent a lot of time this morning and this afternoon looking, like trying to fix some of my audio setup. Like I said, I bought a new audio setup, like a new microphone and audio interface this week, and I wanted to like try to position things better. And I messed around with like the equalizers and all those fancy knobs on it, and I think I made it sound a bit better, but I'm probably still not happy with it, and I probably maybe should just hire like a professional to deal with this. But you know me, I just like trying to figure these things out myself. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so today my goal was just gonna do maybe one alert. I don't know if we'll even finish this, but I want to do some animated alerts for my stream. Just because right now I've been using things I bought. I haven't even commissioned these because I figured I was going to end up wanting to do this myself. I want to do like a little chibi for like when I get follows and future notifications. I don't have many notifications right now because I'm not even an affiliate, so it's not like I can get subs or like anything. But I figured, it's fun to do these things. I'll start with like the follower one. I'm trying to think of what the best way. I haven't even thought about like what I want it to look like. I know I want it to be a chibi at least. This food is also really good. What I love when you order the Korean food with the banchan is like it's always different every day. And I really like today's, which is like the like macaroni salad, and it's also broccoli and kimchi and fish. It's pretty tasty. I desperately like I was so upset that like I ordered it so early in advance. I was trying to be a good little good little microbe and be like, "Oh, I have stream at 6 p.m. Let me order this food like at 4:30ish so I can have it in maybe by 5 to 5:30 and I'll eat and then I don't have like I will be prepared for my streaming." And instead, the restaurant just delays the order, and then I think the guy was. I hate when the delivery drivers do this. When they are clearly like doing deliveries for multiple apps, and so they're just saying it says like, "Oh, your order is next," but it's not really next. It's actually not next. They have like another house they're driving to. So annoying, but I also can't blame the drivers. You already know that these companies, they don't pay very well, and they're just doing what they need to do to survive. So, if they need to do DoorDash and Uber Eats and Postmates and Grubhub to make a living, it's not, it's maybe a societal problem. Yeah, I should probably just order way earlier. Or I should also just make food. I didn't even really want to order, but I realized that I did the bad thing, which is, oh, I have food, but it's in the freezer, and I forgot to defrost it. I did not leave it out to defrost yesterday in the fridge. Hmm. Hmm. I should really just draw the pose first before I don't even know what pose I'm drawing. Yeah, it's just a little disappointing. Of course, I try to, give kindness to those people because you never know what they might be going through. And I also don't even like my expectations when it comes to delivery food are like really low. I don't even care if it's cold because I'll eat food cold. I don't really care. It can sometimes it's even missing things and I'm like, that's okay. I'll just get a refund. Except like when it's missing like the main thing. Okay, that's pretty bad. But if it's like missing like a side thing, I'm like, oh, whatever. I can live without it. I've even gotten wrong orders before, and I was like, oh, poor guy was probably really busy. But when they're really late, it's so, it's like my whole day is ruined. It's not actually ruined. Oh yeah, for sure. Like you could definitely just order anything. Or like you should just go you should like just pick up things. I even try to avoid ordering if I can because I live like in a big city, so I should just walk out. Like I could have literally just walked I could have just walked to a restaurant way faster than I could have gotten this Korean food. But it was a little rainy and I was busy doing other things. So I was like, I'll just get delivery. But really the answer is I should just be cooking. And then it comes down to I should also be doing be a diligent person and defrost the meat the night before. Especially nowadays, delivery is just so expensive. It doesn't feel exactly worth it. Okay, I'm taking another bite of food. Oh yeah, I working a job where you can't like leave at all, and you're kind of just forced to like to just be there. And there's no options. It's so awful. I'm eating. It's just a Korean meal. It's pork, pork, just pork, and rice and banchan, which are just like side dishes. So it's like macaroni salad, broccoli, kimchi, and fish. It's pretty tasty. I really like the purple rice that they have in this restaurant. It has like a nice nutty flavor. Definitely more expensive than I could have, like, sometimes this is also another reason I try to avoid ordering, because I eat this and it's very good, obviously. I'm not doubting that it's very good. I could have definitely just made this myself if I just had the meat defrosted. Like, is it really worth $30? Probably not. Oh my gosh. That's so that's so awkward. Is my food here? Guys. Please, is my food here? They once have when I ordered delivery, they delivered it, I think, to the apartments complexes next door, which is very surprising. It's not like we have the same number or anything. But I saw that they like took the picture and it was in the apartment complex next door, and it was like also 2 a.m. and I was just really hungry, and so I went outside, and my food was gone, and I just felt too awkward. Like I don't want to knock on these people's door at 2 a.m. I was also alone, and like who knows who lives in that apartment complex. I would feel I was like, you know what? They can have it. I'm good. I'm not going to knock at some random person's door at 2 a.m. and say sheepishly, "Hey, did you take my food?" Oh, miso soup. Yeah. I don't really. I find that a lot of miso soups you get at a restaurant, it's just like so salty. Yeah, I feel like you have to start giving ultra specific directions if you want to avoid any delivery problems. Okay. And I think I want the smile. When I lived in a apartment complex that was like much more difficult to like get to the lobby, it was like it felt like a nightmare having to give the drivers instructions on how to get there. And I was like, at one point, I'm like, can you just leave it? Can you leave it at the gate far away, and I'll handle it. I'll just leave it there. I could not explain any better like how to get to the building. And so a lot of the drivers, they don't like, I don't think their English is their first language, so we're just communicating through like Google Translate back and forth. And I go, you have to go this way and that way, and then they're just completely lost, and then they call me and they sound really angry, and I'm like, just leave it. I'll find it. Yeah. I feel like a lot of times maybe the drivers, they just don't care. But they're also, it's probably not, maybe it's not they don't care, they're just so busy and they're trying to go fast. And they're not exactly like, the wages they're getting paid don't exactly mean quality work coming. I think I want like the eyes. I'm trying to figure out how I want the eyes to look. I think I want them to look forward. And I want this to be like an animation where it goes wee, 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 wave, wave, wave. And this is for my follower alert. And so it'll be something like that. Though I complain a lot about the drivers, but I feel like as of late I haven't had any big problems. The people that I've been getting, I feel like they're so locked in, they're laser focused. They do everything I say. Except now. This last guy. I don't know if it was the driver himself, the restaurant, whatever. But most times it's not so bad. And I should move this down just a bit. And I want this. It's a really messy sketch. But it's all I really need to get started. Oh my gosh. I'm not alone with you on the judged on what I order. Oh my gosh, is there when you order, sometimes there's like an incentive, sometimes to order a lot, because that's just kind of how they get you. Like they go like, oh, you get the special deal, but also you need to add like $5 more. So, but there's nothing that's actually $5, so you have to add actually $10 more to your order. And so sometimes I think they're not even great deals, but they do get me. And so I end up getting like a larger order than like maybe a single person would get. And then I feel like, oh my gosh, are they judging me? What if they judge me on this? Like this giant order. And then like the people in the restaurant like pack like 3 people's worth of utensils, and I'm like, that's not me. It's just for me, guys. It's not a family. It's not a family meal. And yes, there's also the fact that drivers like oh my gosh, this person just ordered something that's like a 10-minute walk. This lazy sack. And I do unfortunately do that sometimes. It's just like, usually I order because like I really just can't find time to get out of the house. But it does feel like embarrassing. I try to tip really well, like to go like, I know like this was like, it's weird that I can like walk there. I'm just kind of lazy right now. I think deep down, none of these people care. No one's like really judging like any of us for doing these things. In fact, they probably aren't even thinking at all. Oh my gosh, a 3-minute drive. I mean, that's fair. Like, you don't want to walk in the rain. Do I do like sparkles? I think sparkle eyes might be overkill. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, as long as like you're tipping and they have a job, like at least they have a job to do. I had like this dilemma before when I noticed like, oh, the weather's not that great. It's kind of rainy, it's kind of snowy. Like maybe I shouldn't order anything because it's kind of inconvenient for them to be driving in this weather. But then I've heard from people that do these delivery gigs that they prefer like, yes, order please. Like we're going to be out there anyway because we really need the money. So like please, like don't feel bad, just tip well. So that like changed my perspective of like, oh, okay, I'll just make sure to tip extra well. I just tip really well because I don't want these people to be like, I'm like, please don't do anything to my food, and please I just want my food. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that I feel like rain is a good reason to not want to walk in that. There's many times when I'm like in the city, like downtown, and I should be just like, there's a lot of good transit here. And then I'll just still take the Uber because it's raining or something, and I don't really want to navigate places in the rain or any inconvenient weather. Okay, I'm gonna take another bite of rice. Yum. Yeah. Man, I can't wait to like eat the spicy seafood soup. Probably not today, but tomorrow. Because like I feel like if this is pretty good, the soup is probably really good. Man, like Korean soups are like some of my favorite. Oh yeah, I'm like really fortunate. I live next to so many Korean restaurants, so there's like the options are kind of endless here. But where I've lived in places where there's like barely any Korean options, and so they tend to be really expensive because they're not really like uh that accessible. Like I've lived in places where like you want to get like galbi and like rice and banchan. That's like maybe like it could be like $40, and it's like that is so not worth it. My area is like an abundance of like Korean and Chinese food. Oh yes, I love Asian groceries. I tend to do most of my shopping at H Mart. Oh, Northeast Atlanta. I've never been, but I've heard really good things about the food in Atlanta. Oh no, no good food. Oh my gosh. That's so heartbreaking. I think I would have a hard time living somewhere nowadays where there's no good food accessible to me. After living through that growing up, I just cannot do that anymore. H Mart indeed. Oh my gosh. H Mart is just so good. I love their produce. I love their options. I love their like prepared food. It feels too thin. The closest Walmart is a 1-hour drive. Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for you. I've been through that though. Well, not really this like similar, not that bad, but I've been through some hard like it feels like like a food desert. Yeah, I feel blessed now that my H Mart is so close to me. I've never been able to live like reasonably close to an Asian grocery. It's always been super far. Or at least far if you're not a driver. Oh, those are oh my gosh, those are the best restaurants you could be at. The ones where you can't understand a single thing on the menu and you just go, "Hello, is there anyone who speaks English?" and they can't like barely speak any English, but the food is like absolutely phenomenal. I know I sometimes it can be kind of scary going to those restaurants, or at least I get a like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of nervous like entering a place when it's like the sign outside is in a foreign language and it's clearly like people of that community only really go there and the workers don't really speak much English and there's not really any English accommodations. But the times like I finally like get my courage to go there, the food is always like really phenomenal. At least you're getting decently paid for it. That's better than nothing. My favorite Korean dish, this is, I think bosam is my favorite one. Like it's the broiled pork belly, and that's or boiled pork belly, and then you make like a nice bosam wrap with the the shrimp, like the little salty shrimp, spicy shrimp sauce with lettuce and stuff. Like some raw garlic. I love a good bosam wrap. Yeah, it's really cool to go to those places. I just need to be more brave. I also think it's mostly because I go there alone and I'm like, "Oh no, am I being like judged if I'm going here alone?" Eat at egg. Oh, yeah. I feel like if there's not much good options around here, it's yeah. Oh yeah, the fermented bean paste. I think that's samjang. Samjang. I am. Yeah, it's like this. It's not like shrimp. I wonder if I can pull it up. I don't know the name of this. Eh? Let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to pull it up. Hold. 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 Oh, yeah. It's with this stuff. Seojot. It's like a really like they put it with like peppers and a bunch of spicy stuff, and it has this like really uniquely like salty fermented taste. It's really really good. I really enjoy it. Delicious. I also like bosam just because it's also really easy to make at home. You just have to buy the pork belly. Yeah, if you go to like, you can easily find a recipe to make that kind of sauce too. But yeah, I feel like, people's taste buds can get like warped in like the way you were talking about because of the fact like they just don't have access to like really delicious food. When I lived in a much smaller city, it feels like most people, their taste buds were kind of like whatever because I mean there's not much to eat there like in terms of restaurants. Like okay, you have your like American Chinese like American Chinese meals, like like a sesame chicken, and you have Applebee's and you have Olive Garden. And yeah, how do you like try to even develop a palate when it's like that? Obviously you can still, but it's probably much harder. And also if the food is kind of inaccessible to begin with, and maybe you're not in that much of a financial position to experiment with food, you're probably just going to be making things that are like kind of safe. Like maybe you're just making Kraft mac and cheese and chicken nuggies. Ah, yeah. Korean food is, I think also what I like about Korean food is it's pretty simple to make. And there's so many resources nowadays. Like I love Mang Cheese. Like it's a like Korean woman, like her website with a bunch of Korean restaurants. Or not Korean restaurants, Korean recipes. It's so good. Oh, yeah. I think usually if that's all they know, it's hard for them to like think otherwise. And like especially if they probably never have tried to cook it themselves or do anything. Like that's all they know and they're probably like this is pretty good. And it's like maybe it's really salty and like maybe it's even also like not very like well spiced or anything, or it's maybe not even very authentic, but to them that's like good enough. I remember when people would tell me they really love Chinese food, and I was like, oh, you know, that yeah, Chinese food is pretty good, and I was like, I didn't realize they were just like talking about like, sesame chicken and General Tso's chicken, and I always thought that was really funny to like see just how popular those kind of meals are. And I know like in a way they're like derivatives of like actual Chinese meals. Curry chicken pizza. Oh, that's probably not so bad. I think crazy fusions like that are so interesting. Like Indian Italian, I'm like, is that good? But I could see how those flavors make sense together. There's a restaurant in I can't remember, in Toronto, I think, that has like a Chinese Jamaican like fusion. And I've heard like such good things about it, and it's not something that I would have even like thought to even mix together. But apparently there's a long-standing history of Chinese Jamaican like cuisine. And like the thought of like the flavors of like jerked spices and like Chinese spices coming together, that just sounds amazing. Yeah, you would need to be in a big restaurant, like a big city, to have these kind of restaurants. Like, I think in a smaller city, like, if the most exciting place is like, a fast food, like, you already know that it's probably not gonna do so hot. People are maybe not as adventurous. Jerk chicken bao sounds amazing. Okay, I need to take another bite of food. The fourth bite of food. That pork piece was really fatty. It didn't look that fatty when I picked it up, but then it like oozed like fat everywhere. It was really tasty. I just was not expecting that texture. Hmm. I need to. Thinking of all this food, I had to go grocery shopping again soon. Isn't it crazy? We just buy groceries and then we have to do it again, like every so often, because the food runs out. It's almost like these things are like chores that we have to keep doing over and over again. Similar to how I have to also do laundry, even though I feel like I just did laundry. Crazy. I don't really like how this pupil is looking. I think that looks a little better. This would be a lot easier if I just made better sketches for myself, but you know, that's okay. Actually, let me put this on a different layer. You know, that would probably help why I'm not liking any of that. I also haven't been drawing like in the last week. I feel like my wrist and brain are not cooperating with what I have envisioned in my head. I do want to get back to drawing some more though, because there's a lot of things I want to get done. And at least streaming is like a really good excuse for me to get back into the flow of that. I even have another art stream tomorrow, so well, it's like science and art. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, science. I'm just gonna have a stream tomorrow where I just doodle as I talk about how my science journey went. Kind of like I remember like in 2000, the 2000s to 2010s or something like that, where people would always make like these whiteboard videos. I'm just doing an example, like, and then they do the thing as they're talking, and I want to do that. And they go, how to blah blah blah, and then they go and this. And yeah, I'm gonna do something similar as I talk about my own science journey. I just wanted to talk about it because I feel like there's so much uncertainty in the sciences right now. And I feel like so many people are unsure of where to go if they're not in academia. And academia is looking frickered by the second, unfortunately. It's not all doom, like, it's not all doom. There's good things still happening, but I do know many people and many of my own acquaintances who are currently in academia. They are a bit scared and nervous And maybe having some mental breakdowns, some mental bees, some mentee bees. Oh yeah, healthcare is also, it's an unfortunate spot right now. It's just so sad to see. Truly hope things can get better. But I figured talking about science is at least trying to it's doing a little bit of something. Let's put this on a different layer. I work pretty close to healthcare because I'm a science writer, and what I write usually gets given to pathologists and doctors so they understand what to give their patients when they're treating them for cancer. This is all cancer related. And it's been pretty sad to hear from the doctors and pathologists how disappointed they are about how things are going. They're really tough people, but you can tell that things are definitely getting them down. Oh, not the vaccinations. It's insane that's still, it's just insane that there's even a discussion point about the efficacy of vaccinations and how they just everything about it's insane to me. It's just everything about it's insane to me. In the big year 2025, we're still talking about the possibility of vaccinations having giving you autism. Let's be for real. And I also feel again, I think alternative medicine, or they're I know some people really into alternative medicine, and it's not to and they're not even crazy anti-science people. They just simply have had so many problems in the healthcare system because of their chronic conditions, and so they've turned to alternative approaches because there's just no one's helping them in the healthcare system, and that is also really sad to see. Just that our system's failing everyone. There's absolutely no one that really wins in our current system, and it's I still don't want people to do what they're doing now, which is completely say, yeah, we need to tear down all of science. No, that's not what we need to do. That's not what we need to do, guys. That's definitely not what we need. Oh yeah, job overlap. Yeah, and desperation and frustration is it's just sad. I just hate the current approach. Yeah, investors and executives. Yeah, that's usually how it goes in our capitalistic society. Of course, yeah, our healthcare system is nowhere near perfect. In fact, it's terrible. And there is benefit to just having a treating versus curing something. And that's why a lot of these people with chronic conditions, they are tired of being in this loop of paying so much money to be treated when it feels like nothing's actually happening. It all sucks. I don't like it. I want things to change. But the current approach of tearing everything down is not the way to go about it. And that's like been the biggest gripe of, I feel like, how our administration has been handling like basically everything. Like, you know, if I agree the government and the NIH probably do have some problems with like properly using their funds. Does that mean we need to like tear down everything regarding these institutions? No. No. This jackhammer is like approach to everything is truly frustrating. Yeah, exactly. It needs to be less. It needs to involve less harm. Their current approach right now, it's not helping anybody. It's just powering, like you said, the executives, the investors, and also empowering those weird people who like really think this is good for them. Oh my gosh, there was a Nature article that was recently posted that said science isn't losing trust. It's losing influence, and they were saying scientists need to shout more about these things and shout more about science. And it was like an interesting article to read. Didn't really like say much, and I'm kind of on the side that I don't think science distrust is a thing. Well, it is a thing, and it's a thing for good reason. There's some good reasons for it. There's some also really bad reasons for it. Maybe the bad reasons might be a little bit more popular than the good reasons. But I also just was a little lost on. I don't think it's about like screaming to these people about science. I don't think they're gonna listen if you just scream. Anyway, to say all that, I think I don't know why I look at the comments anymore on Twitter, or X, I should say, especially on a Nature article. The comments were insane, people. It was just insane saying like Nature needs to be like destroyed and dismantled. All these scientific journals have lost the American trust, and we need to dismantle the whole industry. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how insane like I'm like sometimes so much into the like the VTuber sphere. I don't see any of that sometimes, and I just go like, oh, that's what people are doing. That's what people are saying. Oh, I forgot that there's this whole other side of this website that's just full of insane like bots and crazy people. No, don't distrust me. Don't distrust me. You can trust me. I wouldn't do anything to you. Promise. I am trying to do my part by shouting about the sciences when I can. I might not have like the largest audience, but I do want to like talk about the sciences. Yeah, exactly. Being loud isn't so much like the thing. Trying to explain the aspects of science is really complicated, and it can be really hard to understand all the nuances. Even like some scientists themselves don't really get it. And it's really easy to be countered by just one person, just these really loud people and with like a catchy slogan. Like you can talk all you want about like these health studies, but someone can just like drown out every aspect of your study by saying like make America healthy again. Very like frustrating. I feel like I brought this video up earlier this week. There was a Jubilee video about one doctor versus 20 anti-vaxxers. And it was the influencer doctor, Dr. Mike. And, I mean, he was doing a good job, but you can tell these people weren't there to, like, learn anything. They were just being loud, and they just wanted to say their the things that they've seen online. They weren't actually there to like have a discussion. Yeah, I didn't watch the whole video. I watched simply clips of it. There was the clip of the woman who said, "No, I'm not actually going to change my mind if no matter what you tell me." And she I think that clip will probably stay in my head rent free for many, many months, especially in the current state of things. But when she smugly says, "Yes, I read studies and articles actually," and then like implied that the doctor has never read any study about these things, and it was just like, my goodness, what an insane person. But again, like I said, also, it's not a great representation to use those videos simply because like clearly they're just like picking the most insane people. It's like rage bait in a way, engagement farming. If they chose reasonable, quote unquote reasonable anti-vaxxers, or maybe I would say vax skeptical people that you might find more commonly than these really angry people, it wouldn't make for like a very entertaining video. Yeah, they're just there to make their point. They want someone to they want a platform to say, "Hey, this is what I believe in." So I try not to think that those videos are representative of people online, or like of people that you'll see on the streets. But man, does being online make it hard to go are you guys all like this? Oh, that's yeah. Yes, 6th to 8th grade is a good benchmark for the average person's how they can understand science. There's even a study saying like literacy, at least in America, is around that level. So you really have to simplify these scientific concepts to something that's easy to understand, also easy to read and easy to follow. Breaks down like these very, very complicated topics into small, easy to digest, like bite-sized information nuggets. But the problem is, a lot of these topics and like mechanisms and treatments and whatever you want to call them, like they've got like theses worth of information just in like one aspect of it. And so you have to simplify it, but then you also don't want to like oversimplify it because that can also lead to problems in itself. You don't want people to walk away and go like, "Oh yes, I completely understand everything about this." It's like, no, you understand a very base level. But a lot of people who might go, you don't want them to walk away and say like, "Yeah, here's everything about this disease." It's like, no, you don't get it. When I would teach middle schoolers about scientific topics, it was really difficult. And especially the fact I was teaching middle schoolers that came from all over the city. And so there were middle schoolers that were from, I would say, like poorer schools, and then middle schoolers who came from like private schools. And you could tell like there was just a huge disparity in like what their background knowledge was. Some of them were already taking like a biology and chemistry class, and then some of them have never taken that. They are like, "Yeah, I took a general science class, and we'd like put food dye in milk and like in aluminum foil, and yeah." And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so it turns into like, well, how do I like teach something that's like accessible to these people who are at a different level while also trying not to like oversimplify it for people who clearly know a bit more. And it was like some of the hardest thing I've some of the hardest work I've ever done. It was also really fascinating. It made me like really learn these concepts like intimately. And I've also been teaching like cancer biology stuff to middle schoolers who have not come from like the greatest educational background, and that's really complicated. Really, really complicated. You just can't like it becomes like a problem of, oh my gosh, these people, these students, they just don't know anything about biology. And so how far do I go back now? Yeah, it's a teacher's dilemma, of course. Yeah, I when I was a student, I can tell my teachers really struggled with this with me because I was really, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I was really ahead of my classmates. I was reading like a book a day, and a lot of my classmates, they were struggling to finish one book a week. And my teachers were like, I don't know what to do with you. Sorry. I have to like focus on all of these students. And as a like when I was a student, I would be a little frustrated at it. I'd be like, "Hey, I want attention too. Like I did all this and nobody cares." But it's now as I grow older, it's like it's what were my teachers supposed to do? They can't just focus on me. I was like the minority also in this situation. Yeah, teaching anything and everything you say was literally, oh, someone's thesis at some point. Yep. Things also like a lot of concepts there, you can just go so in depth about them. I it's just so hard to be a science communicator. I truly don't know how to like fix, not fix, I should say, but help the issue that science is lacking proper communication. I just do my best and make funny little memes on my Twitter, and sometimes some scientists like it. Even when I was an undergrad, I felt like the difficulty of like teaching, the professor's difficulty of teaching like general bio. Teaching science is so hard. So like, anyone that does that as their day-to-day profession, it's like kudos to you. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you should do that if you're interested in it. I like wanted to communicate science to like people, and so I started my own this VTuber channel just a few months ago now. I've only really been doing the content creation for like really realistically like about a month because I was busy. Making presentations are definitely like the best way to communicate this information, though you have to be like careful. You need to like have a nice mix of like diagrams and like simple. You have to actually make good presentations, not like the presentations you give in a like a lab meeting or to science professionals, like throwing a figure in the right in the middle of your slide and going, yeah, GG, like you can understand what this graph means, right? Scientists are just the worst at communicating. Any agreeers? I had people looking over my shoulder and giving notes when I taught private. Yeah. Yep. I think the amount of people that were really interested in like my middle school cancer bio lessons were way more than like when I actually talked about my own like theses and also tried to make it not as simple. They just wanted to know like what's going on in cancer at a very, very like a 6th grade level. And honestly, maybe I'll give that lesson on like a stream one of these days. I think the PowerPoint's pretty good, though I would have to change it. That way no one will ever, if anyone ever sees it, they would know it's me. Yeah, yes. Yeah, for sure. You know, the the professional privacy part of the VTubing is like one of the good things for me. And yeah, you have to make it very clear like I'm not giving medical advice. I am talking broadly about health conditions. There's a lot of great healthcare VTubers out there, and they try to, you know, talk about different medical issues, and they do a great job. It's very difficult. Like, I think it's very amazing what they do, especially considering like a lot of them are doctors and nurses. I might not be directly in the healthcare field, but I appreciate all the healthcare people. You guys all do amazing work, and I give you a salute. And yeah, I feel like even if there's a few, like, I feel like anyone that is interested, even like a slight inkling, I feel like it's a good time to do it. There's like so much more need than ever to like have this kind of information and these communities out here. I've met so many people already so far that have like privately talked to me and talked about how like they're glad that there's someone talking about science in a like a relatively easy to understand level and having discussions, and it really like warmed my heart. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, of course, evidence-based medicine is so important. I'm also not sitting there doing the lab work, but you know, I am compiling what all the people are doing. And you know, there's merit in that too. There's so much information, so much research every single day, every single week, and it's easy for things that are important to get lost. You would not be surprised that after a conference, how much like important data is just out there, and it might not ever like make its way to a doctor or a physician. Because how are they even keep up? Like, how are they going to keep up that this like all these papers are getting released? That reminds me, it's almost conference season, or at least for the cancer space. Like, the American Association for Cancer Research conference is this month. I'm not going, but Big data there. Huge data there. Yeah, yes. Yeah, that's true. They gotta give it to somebody. Maybe I shouldn't have deleted that yet. I don't like how that eyebrow looks. Yes, professional guidelines. I know about some of those. I know about the NCCN. That's the thing that I refer to a lot. Yeah, the NCCN. I have to go through that like monthly or so to figure out what new therapeutics are out there, like are now like professionally recommended. Sometimes though, it is so frustrating. I'm gonna complain about the NCCN for one moment here. It is an amazing resource for physicians, do not get me wrong. Sometimes the evidence they use to like justify why they put this therapeutic in there is, oh my gosh, the evidence, the evidence is not there for that like reason that they put it there. They like cite a paper and I'm like, this paper has nothing to do with this cancer type, or this has nothing to do with this biomarker. It barely has anything to do with this therapeutic, or it's like really weak. I'm like, and you're putting it here, and now I have to like explain to a physician why I'm saying, yeah, yeah, they said this, and this is what the paper said, and sometimes the paper doesn't have much information actually about this indication. Oh my gosh, so annoying. They Or sometimes they won't list the actual biomarkers that they're talking about, and they go, yeah, it's about these mutations. And then they go see this website for what mutations count. And then the website doesn't have much information either. Teslistamab. I love therapeutic names, even though I really suck at pronouncing them. I have a few favorites. I used to like use them. I used to use cancer therapeutics specifically as like usernames online because they would be really like accessible and it'd be easy for me to remember. Like I had bortezomib. They're just so fun. Like I know there's like a rule or guidelines they use to actually talk about like why they named certain things that way. But I like to think that they're just making it up as they go. Oh, oh yes, that's a good one too. Sotorasib. The KRAS G12 like inhibitor development has just been kind of crazy. The KRASs. Those are always like so much discussion at work when there's like new information about the inhibitors. Sorry, I'm eating again. The undruggable. Yeah, exactly. Scientists are so sick of like they were so sick of the undruggable um like narrative. I think it still keeps coming up because I mean it is such a like a cool innovative like process, and the development was crazy to see. But my god, if you like write a paper about the drugging the undruggable, that specific catchphrase, I think though like a scientist is legally allowed to shoot you. Oh, I see. Yeah, I know like the ending part also uh has some information. Like I that's usually what I know. Like the MABs are like monoclonal antibodies, the IBs are inhibitors. I know like the most popular ones off the top of my like head. Mostly because it's just because I see them like every day. Or at least the, like things like I'm trying to think what's a good example here. Like dabrafenib, trametinib, encorafenib, alaprib, niraparib, erlotinib, osimertinib, amivantamab, afatinib, neratinib. A lot of IBs. I know a lot of IBs. Adagrasib, sotorasib, cetuximab. I like cetux. Cetuximab is a funny one to say. And also like panitumumab. Panitumumab. They're just fun to say. But when you get to like things that are not cancer related, I'm blank. I don't know. The worst drug names though are like the ones that aren't named yet because excuse me, they're still in development by the company. So it's like MRTX blah 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 blah. Like a bunch of numbers. And I'm like, can you guys lock in and pick a name already? I know you're not picking a name because this drug probably will not make it that far in development, but if you keep making me write MRTX numbers, I will explode. XMT 10B37. Oh, that's a good one. I don't actually know that. I just keep like shifting it around because I'm like trying to see like how I like if I like it or not. I like it. And also I know like therapeutic names. I don't know. I only know their like chemical compound names. I know like a lot of people refer to some drugs just like simply by their what they're known on by the company, like when you buy it. Their brand name. Their brand. I should have gotten water instead of a soda. Hi, Beppo! Y'all. 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 Or irk. I know what you're meaning. I know what you mean by them. It's just funny to see it like put like that. Y'all. Irk. Ah. But my like if I had water, I feel like my throat wouldn't feel so funny. It's okay. I'll just wash it down with more Coke Zero. I instinctively picked up a can of Coke Zero because I'm like, well, when you have Korean food, it's like I just want to drink a soda. I'm gonna die from like aspartame. I don't actually believe in most of the research I feel like it's hard to understand what the research is even saying about artificial sweeteners because it keeps changing. Like new things come up all the time, and then you read the papers where they talk about how the aspartame is killing the mice, and then you see how big of a dose they're giving the mice, and I'm like, well, I'm not drinking that much Coke Zero. I'm drinking a little. Just a bit. Just a bit. Just a can. Mm. I was like, it looks weird, but it's because I didn't have my glasses on. So I was saying that tomorrow I have like a more sciencey. Well, I say sciencey oriented, but I feel like a lot of the stream was more like science discussion. But it's hard not to have science discussion because I just like talking about science a lot. Sorry guys, I'm just a nerd. I'm just a science nerd. Who would have thought? I don't know if you are surprised or not. I don't know if you expected something different. But I want to do like more science focused, just completely science focused for the most part, streams on Fridays. Yeah, that's how I figured too. Like maybe don't drink a 2 liter of your diet soda every single day, but who does that? I won't actually, if you do that, I don't judge you. I just hope you're drinking water. Oh, I'm glad you're here for the science talk. It's hard for me not to talk about it. The stuff on the stream is just like, it's like a YouTube short where it's like some guy jumping on Minecraft while an AI voice reads to you a Reddit story. Oh, yeah. I feel like you just have to be like really understanding in these situations. weight loss like counseling, I feel like it can be such a sensitive topic. I feel like it's hard on like both sides. Like it can be embarrassing or like scary for the patient, and then like as like the person who has to give that kind of counseling, you have to like figure out, oh, how do I broach this? Like how do I like handle how this person's going to feel? What should I say? Oh, we should just be kind to each other. Is that too much to ask for? Maybe it is a lot to ask for. I feel like nowadays people are very rude to each other. Like, really, really rude. Or maybe it's just like an online thing. When I'm like in real life, I don't feel like people are very rude. Maybe I'm being like too optimistic. I just want people to be kind to each other and also understand possibly where other people are coming from. Even when I completely disagree with what their worldviews may be, I still don't want to be like too mean to them. I feel like being mean just doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't make me feel like better to be like mean or unkind to somebody. Need to do this. Hmm. Eh. I think when it like comes down to like talking about science communication, there probably is like benefit of like trying to communicate it more kindly too. I've seen a lot of people like talk about science, but they talk about it like they make it very like, how do I put this? They make it feel like if you don't know what's going on, then you're an idiot. And here's why here's why I'm a genius who knows everything, and I'm here to educate you you peasant. And it's like, well, I don't know if this is like the best approach to get people to think about science positively. Might not be winning any favors here. I think about the recent uh events when they were talking about transgenic mice, and or like they were there was a lot of scientists on social media saying like, oh, look at the Trump administration, they think they're doing experiments on on transgender mice, but they're actually transgenic mice. And like, you guys are idiots for falling for that. Like, how do you guys not know what a transgenic mice is? LMAO, LOL, even. And it's like, okay, I get it. It's like it is kind of silly. Like that comparison was even made, and it was awful that it was like even done. Also, it's like it's not really helping anyone here to go, oh, ha 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 ha, I know about transgenic mice, you don't. You know, it. But I also, yeah, I try to see what their perspective is, and you know, the situation sucks. So maybe you do like, people just want to dunk on somebody to feel a little bit of anything. even outside of scientific communication, I think people have a hard time not wanting to dunk on misinformation or disinformation. Like, there has to always be reminders people give each other, going like, hey, maybe don't quote retweet the person that has done a lot of wrong things and giving them a larger boost in algorithm. Like, maybe just like say, oh, that guy is stupid, and then walk away, rather than, quote retweet and dunk on them and then spread that person to other people's page and then like start a chain reaction of dunking on the guy. I don't know, it's just a thought. I will be consuming another pork. It's the last one. Absolutely delicious. I'm just trying to finish up some of this food because I know it's already been like an hour, 30 minutes of sitting here. I just eat. I'm just eating slowly. Okay. The pork and rice are finished. I'm gonna miss them. I think that's a cute wave. I'm gonna actually finish, even though you wouldn't be able to see it here. I want to put the thumb around here. Because I want to animate it, and if I just put it now, then I won't have to think about where the thumb is supposed to be. Okay, that looks good. And that looks good. My layers are kind of all over the place. That's what happens when I'm not like really thinking as I draw. I'm just like kind of moving. Like she just is missing an eyebrow right here. I'm so locked in. Locked in talking about science. I started making my schedule for next week. And like I said, I want to do like super science focused streams on Friday, and they could probably be a mix of like silly to not to more educational. And I think next week I'm going to do like a bit more of a sillier stream. I had the idea after I've been searching high and low for things that are okay for me to stream, like in regards to literature, because they need a specific common attribution. They can be like open source, but sometimes they still don't allow you to use it for streaming purposes. So I've been searching high and low for things that I want to talk about on stream, and then I found something really funny, which I think will be fun to like go over on stream. It's a bit silly, but I think we'll have fun with that. And it will be very educational. It probably will be educational for me too. And my streams are probably gonna be later, around this time again next week. I had a lot of streams this week that were in the afternoon. Or I should say like midday. It's probably not gonna be midday anymore. I'll be working next week. Back into the writing job. My mini vacation is over. You know, I might be enjoying being like kind of doing nothing except streaming. But I think I'd be hard pressed to want to completely give up having that kind of stable job. I really enjoy just like, having that outlet of being surrounded by other scientists. And I feel like if I were to ever pivot completely to streaming, I feel like I would be pretty sad to lose that so many like nice connections like that. And to get intellectually challenged on the daily. Not that you guys are not intellectually challenging. I mean, that's why I like streaming to you all. It makes like you guys have very fun things to say and makes me think. And then even when no one's talking, I just end up like yapping to myself and then I start going on different tangents and I say, oh, that was interesting. Hi, California! Thank you! I hope you've been doing well. And... oh, I don't like that. Should not have done that. Good to see you, too. Yeah, we were just doing some little yapping. I also don't really like this. I also don't really like this. Probably fix all this. Oh, and I'm just drawing, I was drawing a follower. Like, this is gonna get animated. And it'll be like a little hand waving emote when I finish animating it. So whenever someone follows me, I'll just wave my little hand. Thank you, thank you. And... yeah, and so I feel like... yeah, it's hard to imagine ever really pivoting to full-time streaming because of, like... I just like being surrounded by other cool people that are super knowledgeable, and it helps me learn a lot, too. Maybe when I'm, like, comfortable and I can learn everything on my own, and I'll be super curious and go look for all the information myself, Maybe then I'll be ready for like a full-time career away from other scientists. But then I can't bring all the cool information to you guys. I get to hear like fun things, and then I go like, oh, I want to share that. I can barely see the... Yeah, I figured that it didn't look completely right. Ah. Oh, frick frack. I'm so bad at keeping things on the right layer. Cut and paste. I want to keep everything separated from the hand layer because I know that I'm going to need that layer. No? Oh, I was on the wrong layer again. Guys, I swear I know how to do art. I swear. It's going okay, guys. I forgot I have banchan. I put like... I had the pork and rice in front of me, but I forgot I have like macaroni salad and kimchi right here. I really want to get into making my own kimchi. I know it's really easy. But I feel like it's just a time thing. I just feel like I don't have time to prepare everything. Because I don't mind the kimchi at H Mart, but whenever I order a restaurant that clearly makes their own kimchi, I'm like, wow. H Mart kimchi doesn't have anything on this. It's so good. It's really, really good. Mm-hmm. It just has like such a fresher taste. It doesn't taste like as salty. And I feel like you could actually taste the different ingredients that go in it. Mm. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I've just been really enjoying this. I think the only problem I have with making my own kimchi is I feel like I'd make too much. But maybe there's no such thing as too much kimchi. You know, a good video idea would be probably talking about fermentation microbes. I should probably make something like that. Considering that's like my brand, microbes. Okay, that was yummy. Okay, that was delicious. That was delicious. I'm kind of sad they didn't give me much rice. Like, I feel like they gave me, like, a cup of rice, and that was enough for the pork. But then I won't have rice now for my, soup. But maybe I should just, like, make some. I guess. Hmm. Okay, where were we? Did I delete it? Whatever. It's not like I need the sketch layer anymore. It wasn't really doing anything. Unless it was. No. No, in fact, I don't think it was doing anything. Also, I just thought about one reason I don't really want to leave my job anytime soon either, is I get free access to so many papers. I know you can, like, there are methods to get those access to papers, but it's just kind of nice. Like, I just go, yeah, I can read this paper, and I can read this paper, and I can read this paper, and it's available. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about how paper accessibility is one of the worst things about science? Like, dear... Like, oh my god. How can you talk about science accessibility being a problem and then put that paper in a paywall for like $30? I just don't get it. I get it. Let me say I do get it. It's money. It's all money. But it just ends up looking like such a joke. Nature doesn't make themselves look good when they do things like that. It's like, I want to like you, nature. I mean, I do like you. You do so. The journal does so many amazing things, but their paywalling is so egregious. Like, the people on Twitter that were calling for nature to be dismantled. It's a corrupt institution. Blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, I don't believe any of that. But please, nature, can you like stop asking for so much money? Just like, please, don't you guys have a lot of money? You guys have a lot of money. That's okay. So if I don't work in a scientific institution, how am I supposed to get my free papers? How am I supposed to read my nature briefings? My nature briefings. Though lately I feel like nature briefings, I don't want to say they've been bad, but how many times can I read about the crisis of the sciences? I know it's important to talk about, but I feel like all they write about every day. The briefings have been about like the state of the government and sciences, and I get why they're talking about it. But I also want some funny science research. But the funny science research won't happen if the government is not paying for the research. Here's the awkward part. I don't know how to do this. Like this? Like this? I'm so bad with cheapies when there's like a collar. I'm just like, so where, you don't have a neck, and so where's the collar going? I guess the collar's just going here. I think that looks fine, and then I'll do this. And perhaps a little of this. And a little of this. And a button. And then I think I would just leave it like that. And I can put my name here. So that's technically, I think, where my the breast pocket would be. I don't like the button there. In fact, I don't like that at all. I don't like any of this here. What if I simply erase like everything here? Including the hair. What if I just make it like this and it ends like, not even, what if it ends like right here? That way I don't have to think too much about it. Yeah, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. I'm just staring. I'm just staring at it. I think I want to liquefy just a bit. Now it feels maybe a bit too... Hold on. These glasses need to be on a separate layer. I don't know why they're here with this arm sleeve. Okay. That's also not good. It's so annoying. That's okay. Sorry, I'm locked in trying to figure out how to make this look better. I am so locked in right now. And I know if I talk about what's on my brain right at this moment, I will be unlocked. So I am locked in. I'm locked. Hmm. I feel like her face is a little too fat. But like, was it fat in a cute way? That looks a little better now. Maybe the mouth is just too big. But I also like how big the mouth is. What if I just like undo that? Also, the hair is kind of droopy here. Drawing on the Procreate, while very convenient, my goodness, does it make you do some terrible posturing? I feel like a little shrimp right now. Let me not shrimp. I swear I was just going like this. This is my iPad, and I'm just like drawing like that. Like a live depiction of me right now. Just terrible back. Oh, I stretched my back and it feels so good now. Ah! Mm-hmm. Okay, I think it's time to put. I don't know. Okay, I talked about this yesterday. Also, I probably need to make this bigger. Hold on. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. No. No, it doesn't. I should also flip it. This eye is a little wonky. Just a little wonky. I made it look a little better. It's I feel like the first thing you draw after being on a break for a bit, even like when it's like a week or so, it's so difficult to like feel very satisfied with what you're drawing. And I don't even think anything's wrong with what I'm doing right now. It just feels hard to go like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to draw. And being like overly critical. And the only way to really solve that is really just draw more. Draw, draw, draw. Draw, 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 draw. Drawing is really good for you. And who would have thought that if you don't draw and you want to draw nice looking things, it's really hard. It's almost like it's a skill. It's almost like you don't like you get a little rusty. So I know some people who like they draw really well, and they can take breaks and they come back and it's like feels like nothing changed. But then also I hear a lot of people that aren't artists get surprised when you say, "Oh yeah, I'm feeling rusty," and then they don't believe you because you draw well. But it's really a struggle. It's really hard when you're not in shape. Figuratively drawing shape. Okay. So what I want to do is probably move this to the same layer. Probably copy this. Probably paste this. And I'm going to delete this. Stop that. Okay, that is me waving. And I need to copy this again. I think it would just be... I'm waving right now. You obviously can't see it. That would... But I'm just waving to see how it would look in my head. I think it's like... And then... So like this is frame 1. And then frame 2 would be like that. But maybe it shouldn't be that big of a motion or else it's gonna get clipped off. Let's see. And then I hide this. I should have made the arm on a separate layer too. Kinda messed up there. Now I have to like carefully remove this line. Do this. And go. Maybe I should hold on. I probably was right. I need to do this. Yeah. I was right, I'm pretty sure. Actually, let me see if that looks good. So this is what I was talking about with the animation with Procreate. It's so like finicky, so I have to like combine them into the same. I have to combine these, not like that. I have to combine these into 2 layers. And then I go to animation assist. I think I need to... It's not much of a wait. It's more like she's shuffling her hand back and forth. I need to make it angled. So now I have to take off animation assist, and then I also have to undo combining them. So let me see if that angle looks good, and then we try it again. I like that a little better. She looks so happy now. I think making it animated has increased my love for the picture. So now undo this, undo this. Actually, I don't need to undo this. So now I can use this. Let's see. Trying to not make the lines so blurry. Oh my gosh, I keep seeing something out of the corner of my eye, and then I just realized it's my iPad. It's my iPad screen being reflected onto the other monitor, and I see like the line, and I'm like, what is that? Is someone like, am I getting notifications about something? But no, it's just me drawing on the other monitor, and like, I'm not paying attention to that monitor. I want to do this and make that. And perhaps it will look something like that. Hey, hey, hey. Does that look? She looks so happy. That's just like me right now. You can't see it, but I'm literally doing this in real life right now. I'm literally doing this right now. I should maybe make a in-between. So, like, I could do something like this. And I would take this arm. Again, another reason why I don't like it. I have to, like, you can't just have things on separate layers, because if you have them on separate layers, they count as different frames. There's no, like, on top of each other in this in their animation program, which can get really frustrating. But I just want this to be an in-between. Like, I want this to be like a little blur, where I don't even think I was like, these like lines probably shouldn't show, and like these shouldn't show, and it should be really blurry. Like, I want it to be like the high emote. Yeah, see, it's a maybe it's harder to like, but it makes it less like 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's now it looks a little bit fluid. I use the word fluid very loosely. Maybe we hold this for 1. We hold this for 1. That way it's not so erratic. There we go. Looking cute. I'm just staring at it now to see like how I feel. When I was in grad school, I had a lot of class projects that were about like putting together presentations. They really wanted us to work on like effective communication with each other and like how to give a proper presentation to other scientists mainly, but also to lay people. But I don't think they really did a good job focusing on the lay person part, but I won't get into it. But I would be really checked out of these classes simply because I was like very depressed at this point in my life. But the one thing that would bring me joy was they would want to, like, my group project, for these group presentation projects, they would want like nice illustrations and like pictures and make it look nice graphically. And I would always be like, I can make the graphics, I can make the illustrations, I can do everything to make the presentation look nice. Please let me do all that. And that was like the one thing that would like bring me joy. So I would make so many cute animations, such as this. Oh, why did it stop? I liked it. Keep going. I would make, and it'd be for classes that are like diseases of the world, and I'd be like, yeah, can I make the cute little animation? And all the other classes, all the other projects or groups, they would present, and it's very serious, very like they're trying to be professionals, and I'd be like, hi, I made a cute animation or cute drawing for our presentation, please take a look. It was hard not to like put my personality in there, and not everyone always appreciated it. Some people thought I wasn't taking things seriously, and I would be like, well, this is just me. So now if I want to color it, this is where it gets annoying too. Look, now it's, see how it's a mess when you take off animation assist? Now, like, what is this? I'm growing 3 hands. So I have to do this. And so I'm gonna color one at a time. Like, I'll color the hair. And that hair will be applied to every layer. I don't even know if I'll really shade. I guess there's no reason not to. It's not like this is moving much. It's just the arm moving. Also, I should probably switch to a non-alien spin. Or, yeah. I also hate filling in colors in Procreate. After I used to not even mind it that much. But man, am I so, like, spoiled by how easy it is to do it in, Clip Studio Paint. It's so much nicer. You know, this isn't like a very complicated animation. In fact, it's really like, literally, maybe it's an affront to even call it an animation considering it's like me. I dragged the hand 2 centimeters and then angled it. But I know nowadays a lot of people don't do even simple things like that. It's a lot easier or more common to see these things done in live 2D. And I think it's even a lot faster. I guess it's like, I don't know if it would say it's faster, but it would let you do more things. Like maybe you could make her like have a wiggly feel way more than like what I'm doing right now because it's pretty stiff elsewhere. I don't know. I still am like on the fence about doing stuff like that. I just kind of like if I were to animate, I kind of just want to do like storyboard keyframed animations. And it's not because I think it's better or anything. I just like want to learn that more. I am by no means a live 2D expert, so it's not like I don't have things to learn in live 2D. But I think I've gotten a pretty good hang of it, considering I made my model. It's so funny seeing how different the colors are. Like, I'm staring at the colors on my monitor here, and then I'm staring at the colors in OBS. I mean, yeah, on my iPad. And it's crazy that it's just like, it's like a different shade of pink I feel like I'm using. Do I even know what color I am? How can I believe my eyes when the colors change everywhere I go? Am I even pink? That's good. Like, on my iPad, it's like such a more peachy color. And then here on my monitor, it's like more of a rosy hue. Real eyes, realize, realize. Is that the quote? Because my eyes aren't realizing anything right now. I think after I do the base colors, I probably will finish stream. So quickly because there's not much else to do after that. I've just shade. We still have 3 more emotes. Well, I have two more to do, but the other ones aren't as important considering I don't think they will get used for a bit. Not emotes, alerts. I mean alerts. I figured I should get the one done that I get a lot more mileage out of, which is my followers. I do want to set up my sub alerts soon enough, though. I think I'll be affiliate in the coming week. As long as I keep streaming and nothing happens to me. As long as I don't get, like, run over by a truck. I can't even use the same hair. Because I'll just make the blue, I guess. The hair should be on the lowest layer. Wow, there was like a big bud in my apartment, and I don't know what that was. Well, I don't think it was in my apartment. I think in my complex. That was weird. Okay, let's see what color this green ends up being. And let me see if I am deceived again, and my eyes are lying to me about what color I'm using. Actually, that color shows up the same. I wonder if it's like a... Like, I know it's something to do with my monitors. Yep. Yep. Okay. I like this shade of green. It doesn't lie to me about being a different color on different monitors. It's honest to me. You know, as an artist, I'm not very good with color theory. It's like a vibe thing for me. But I feel like there's some artists that are just really good at it. And I'm sure that comes with intentional studying. But here, I just kind of vibe. Vibe through going, yeah, that looks good. It's kind of it feels like my approach to a lot of things when I'm learning something. I just go, yeah, that seems good. Okay, and then there's that. Do I make a blink? I don't think I need to do a blink here. I think it looks better if her eyes are just open the whole time. I was gonna see like if I want to experiment with that, but then that would be a lot of work. So I don't believe we're gonna do that. I just realized her skin is like this. I think the skin looks way too peachy. Actually, maybe it's not so bad. You know, I'd really like to commission a custom BGM. I think that one thing I have to like admit defeat on, that it would be hard for me to learn in a reasonable time to make my own BGM because my musical inclination skills are not very good. I want to get better. I really want to get better at that. I just don't. I didn't play any. Oh, yeah, it's way too red. Look how red she looks. It's okay. I'll change it. I'll change it right here. So it's like that. There we go. Yeah, I never really learned anything about music. I obviously knew about music, but my ability to like play an instrument was, I just never had that kind of opportunity. I didn't really sing. I didn't really do anything. And so I feel like now I have no musical gift. My music skills are at complete zero. It's probably down there with my math skills. But you know, that doesn't mean it's impossible to learn. And I am going to do my best to learn the musics and gain the music skills. Because, you know, that's kind of like what life is all about. It should be about learning new things rather than being comfortable and doing the same things over and over and over and over again. At least that's how I like going through life. I'm eating another kimchi, sorry. Kimchi is so good, you guys. This is a kimchi eating stream for the next like minute or two. Hold on. I can see my model subtly move its mouth as I chew. I kind of want to like make that more exaggerated. You should be able to see me go yum 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 yum. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, guys. Okay. I said it was only a minute or two. It happened again where I got scared seeing like what was that? But it's just my iPad screen. And then we need the eyes. First I should do this for the sclera. You know, I talked a lot about colossal biosciences this week. with the dire wolf. And I spent some time yesterday like looking at the papers about it, and I do think I understand what people mean by like it's not really a dire wolf. But gosh darn, are they cute? I think it's I don't know if I like they deserve as much hate as they're getting. I feel like so many people have been accusing the company of being like terrible, terrible people, worst thing of all time that you can be doing. And I'm like, maybe there might be worse. There might be worse. But I think people are trying to be very protective because it can cause a lot of problems. So I get where they're also coming from. It can be devastating if they were to introduce these guys and they didn't properly check what the effects of the they would have on genetic diversity. And also, like, who knows, like, how it might be for them to breed in the future. Understandable concerns. That looks cute. And then let's get the blue here. Will this blue lie to me? No, it's just the pink that's lying. I wonder why that specific shade of pink is a deceit, a fraud, a lie. A fake. You know, I really like playing the New York Times, like, daily puzzles. And I really like connections. And I have a hard time sometimes not talking in a way that sounds like a connection category. I just want to keep listing the same words over and over and over again. Hey, where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? Hey. Is there more? I don't know. I'm scared. I don't know where all those like stray lines came from. Couldn't have been from me. I'm a perfect artist. I guess I should make... I think what I should do is make the arm a separate layer color. That way it's easy for me to work with. I'll put the sleeve all in the same layer. Why not? Who's gonna stop me? Not me. Okay, and we do that. And that's the arm. And that arm can move around easily. That's what color my arm is, right? Yeah. And then I have this. Oh yeah, and then I have a shoulder here. Duh, I have a shoulder. Okay, I really love kimchi. I'm not going to go back on this topic. I mean, I'm not going to go back on that statement, but man, does it leave like a funky taste in your mouth that doesn't really go away. I feel like I'm just tasting kimchi forever, but then it makes me want more kimchi. That's me drinking more. I finished my can. Uh, yeah. I need the black now here. Ah! Oh, no, I didn't have. Never mind. I thought I messed something up, but I didn't. I'm good. I didn't mess that up though. I guess like a lot of Korean cuisine is kind of like that similar feeling, like has that similar lingering taste. It's probably so much to do with like all the fish salt, like fishy flavors. But isn't that what makes it so delicious? I didn't even grow up with Korean cuisine. I didn't eat any Korean food really until I was like in my 20s. Just because it was really hard to find it where I was. And I also feel like Korean cuisine didn't have that mainstream appeal it does now. I mean, maybe it's hard to call it mainstream, but like it's definitely much more popular after K-pop. I still can't. It's like crazy to think about how like K-pop blew up in that way. Okay. This looks fine, I think. I think it'll look better when I do the actual shading. Because right now it doesn't... It's not speaking to me, but I think it's just because I haven't shaded it. And also the eyes aren't done. I think if... I should probably... Let me finish the eyes right now, even. Let me... do that. No, wrong layer. Yeah, I feel like sometimes you just put the base colors down and you go, it feels so lifeless. And it's like, well, duh. Like, imagine if you were just ripped of all your colors and you're just like, huh. I have nothing except these, no light, no shade, no dark. And the eyes looking nowhere is not helping. Let's do some coloring. Yeah. I'm trying to get better at the habit of shading both eyes at the same time. Because I used to be pretty bad about doing it one eye at a time, and then I would be frustrated when I finish one eye and I have to go back to the other eye. And then it would be like, well, why don't I just like copy it? But then it doesn't look that good when you copy it. Like, who would have thought it doesn't look that good? I'm dead inside. Yeah, if you add like... If I add some stuff here, hold on. Like if I add darker... It really looks like I'm like super... I mean, it makes me really look like I'm super dead. I'm sleepy and dead. shading just brings life. It brings life to the picture. You know, I think like one of the reasons that the Ghibli AI pictures were like so popularized, I feel like it's because that style, I don't want to call it simple, but it's very like effective and simple, and it doesn't have any shading. And I feel like sometimes AI really struggles with like making nice shading, and then it looks, the Ghibli style didn't even need any shading. It just kind of is there. Probably why people like latched onto it like that. Yeah, this is me when I read the replies of any nature tweet, and I go, oh, they're talking about, oh, that's my comfort journal. That's my comfort journal getting told they need to be dismantled. I should infect them first. True. Maybe I just need to start going into the Twitter replies and infecting people. I curse them with bacterial infections. Perhaps you'll feel slightly ill tomorrow. And I need a darker color. I need a not soft brush. Oh, that's not doing it. Oh, I always double click way too often. Then I want to bring some of this down. No, it's not that. Okay. I'm giving her life. Her eyes are shining again. She is alive. It is worth being a little microbe in this world. Her eyes are back, shining with life. This is truly like a me in me, like when I first wake up and then I just like go, oh, yay! No, not the disinfectant. Please don't get the disinfectant. They're already autoclaving me in on Twitter. I keep getting autoclaved. I can't escape the autoclave. They just want to put me down. People don't like a bacteria surviving. They don't like me thriving. I'm just trying to, infect the world. Is something wrong with that? Maybe like right here. Okay, that's true. Maybe after 2020. But I swear, I'm not gonna hurt you. Just let me, I just want a little bit of me inside everyone. A little Nico everywhere. Infected everywhere. I mean no harm. You can trust me. Please? Ah. I just wanna do this. I need to add other highlights here. Does that pink look right? Is my iPad lying to me? I do like Plague Inc. And I have been thinking of I should stream that. I figured I'll wait until there's a good point. I right now have been busy with doing other things. But you already know that one will be in the future repertoire. That's an easy one to pull when I feel like there's no I've got nothing else. I've got nothing else. Time to drop the easy stream of Plague Inc. There's a fair amount of interesting games I think that would be fun to stream that are adjacent to infections and plagues. That I would like to play all of them eventually. I have plenty of things to go over. Oh, I don't like that. I have plenty of content. I am not even close to being out of content. Oh, true. I can go, yeah, good try, but here's what I would do as the master bacteria. Here's guys, that's not you're not gonna get anywhere doing that. Now listen to this. But I can't I'm gonna reveal all my infection secrets to you guys. I don't know. You guys might throw me in the autoclave for the 300th time and then actually close the door. I think, yeah. That's what I figured. It was not big enough. Actually, yeah. I would just actually the game the whole time. Actually, if you want to get Madagascar, you should be doing this instead. Don't like that. Also, I think it's because this highlight is not that big. Oh, I can't wait until I get Twitch affiliate and I could actually use myself on Twitch instead of just on Discord. Like, maybe I should prioritize a more positive emote, like putting the heart emote. But then I also really just want to go, actually, I'm growing. The petri dish is gonna be overfull. We're culturing so many bacteria. Speaking of growth, I've got to do things again. I still have to make more things for other social media platforms. Oh boy, content creation stuff. And I think that's about it for the eyes. And then I can't do the animation assist, right? Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. It's gonna do that. So cool. I sure love my art program. This is a great art program. It's not inconvenient sometimes at all. Quarantine the people. Oh, that's such a cute idea. Yeah, yeah, buddy. Sorry, mods. Quarantine them. That's so funny. Okay, what I want to do is see how the animation looks. I'm going to do something. Why is it doing that? Cut and paste. Yeah, thank you. We're getting somewhere. I want to see how it looks with the color. Oh my gosh, nightmare fuel. I'll have to undo this. Because... Oh my gosh, it's so scary when it's all red. It's like almost there. I have to put the colors into the rest. Epilepsy warning. I have to undo all this now. Tap, 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 tap. Undo, 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 undo. Just wanted to see if it looked okay. I think the next thing I will do is like probably simple shading of the skin. Like something like that. Nothing insane. And probably same for the hair. And like a little bit of blush like right here. Not that heavy. And then I also think I want to thicken the outlines. Like I think it would look better if the outline was like even thicker than that. Like maybe, do you think? Like if it was like this thick. I know it's not straight. I think it would look nice if it was like that. But then there's also something simple about like the thinner outlines, especially for an animation. But then it's also an alert and I'm worried like maybe I'll I'll play around with it. I probably have to start wrapping up the stream now. I gotta start putting stuff away. I think this bunch, like some of these vegetables, have been sitting here for a bit now, and I should probably put them in the fridge. And I need to stretch, get water, and do some things. I still have to go to the gym. You know, everyone be healthy. We're all bacteria buds in here, but you have to still be healthy and take care of yourself and go to the gym, work out, get your heart rate up. 3-hour yap session. The yapping just keeps coming. The yappening. Yeah, the food is like settled now, so I should probably do some light workouts. But it's good for us. We want to be healthy. I want everyone to be healthy and take care of themselves. Even though I want to infect you, I also want you to be a healthy host, you know? How does time fly like that? It's already 9:30. Well, I will be back tomorrow, and we're gonna have more drawing and more science. More drawing and more science. No animation alerts, but I'll just be doing doodles of, like, little tiny doodles of, like, where I was in my science journey and how I was feeling. And also talking, like, I'm sure other people would share how they were maybe in similar situations. And I'd love to hear everyone's experiences. I think it's important to share. And of course, it doesn't have to be super serious either. It can be silly. I have a lot of silly stuff from my academic journey and science journey. And there's some, like, sad things too. But it's not too bad. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I will see you guys tomorrow. It's going to be in the afternoon. So if you can't catch it, though, you can always tune into the VODs. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.